This episode is brought to you by Indeed. Stop waiting around for the perfect candidate. Instead, use Indeed sponsored jobs to find the right people with the right skills fast. It's a simple way to make sure your listing is the first candidates see. According to Indeed data, sponsored jobs have 4 times more applicants than non-sponsored jobs. So go build your dream team today with Indeed. Get a $75 sponsored job credit at Indeed.com/podcast. Terms and conditions apply.
This episode is brought to you by Redfin. You're listening to a podcast, which means you're probably multitasking. Maybe even scrolling home listings on Redfin, saving homes without expecting to get them. But Redfin isn't just built for endless browsing. It's built to help you find and own a home. With agents who close twice as many deals, when you find the one, you've got a real shot at getting it. Get started at redfin.com. Own the dream.
Coi Leray, YoungBoy, Better Than Yours. Let's talk about it. How y'all doing? Welcome to Let's Talk About It, Music Reviews Season 12. How y'all doing? Welcome to the show. We got a pretty good episode for you today. We have the one and only Coi Leray. It's honestly been quite a while since I talked about Coi Leray. Probably a couple of years, I will be honest with you, to be real. And I'll just be real. The last song that a while since I reviewed Coi Leray, but we have the one and only YoungBoy, Never Broke Again. Now, apparently on Twitter, they said that this song originally had NLE Choppa on it. Thank God, by the way, NLE Choppa is not on this fucking song. I'd rather kill myself than listen to NLE the Great. He's on his little Tupac run right now. I'd rather not hear NLE Choppa at all. Now, let's get into this song, starting off with the fucking beat. I really do like this beat. I think this beat actually sounds pretty fucking hard. The trap beat, the use of the sample. This is the typical using a sample and kind of, remixing it just a little bit. Just enough, kind of lowering the chords, kind of, deepening the chords. And then just throwing some basic-ass trap drums, throwing some basic 808s and calling it a goddamn day. There's nothing really setting it apart, in my opinion, but I think it gets the job done. The 808s are booming. The trap beat sounds really fucking good in my opinion. So overall, I'm having a really good time with this beat. Now let's just get into the hook, because the hook is one of the main parts of this song. Immediately starts out in the beginning. Now usually with the Coi Leray hook, it can easily get stuck in your head. How about this one? Does this one do the same thing? I'd say yeah, this gets the job done. I would maybe like a flow switch. I think, having a flow switch on the hook would, be a way better experience in my opinion, but that's kind of nitpicking a little bit, because I do like the flow, I like the delivery of the sound, I like the hook overall. In my opinion, it sounds pretty fucking fire, and I'd say overall I think this hook is definitely pretty good. Nothing too bad here. My only complaint about this hook is that it is played like 5 times throughout this song. Now I do like that we also get another verse from the Coi Leray, one and the only, but I will say, having this hook played like 5 or 6 times, could get a little repetitive in my goddamn opinion. But, you have a pretty repetitive hook, but I will say, if you do repetitive hooks, sometimes they can work, sometimes they can't work, sometimes they're a little bit too annoying. I think this one just falls in the line of not being too annoying. This one actually having a pretty good...
Zootopia 2 has come home to Disney+.
Let's go!
Get ready for a new case.
We're the greatest partners of all time!
New friends.
Gary the Snake.
And your last name?
The Snake.
Dream Team. Get new habitats.
Zootopia has a secret reptile population.
You can watch the record-breaking phenomenon at home. Zootopia 2, now available on Disney+, rated PG. And right now you can get Disney+ and Hulu for just $4.99 a month for 3 months with a special limited time offer. Ends March 24th. After 3 months, plan auto renews at $12.99 a month. Terms apply.
Refreshing wild cherry cola meets smooth cream. The treat you deserve. Pepsi Wild Cherry and Cream. Treat yourself.
Sound to it in my opinion, and I would say overall too, this hook doesn't sound too bad at all. Could easily get stuck in your head. The flow's really good, so overall, even though this hook is nothing groundbreaking, I think it's pretty enjoyable. Now let's get into the Coi Leray verses. I will say the Coi Leray verses were actually pretty good in my opinion. I liked how they sound. I like all the different flow switches that Coi Leray's been doing. And I will say, going into, later years of, Coi Leray's career now, I do like how she's kind of just rapping more. You know, I used to remember she used to do that kind of like Playboy Cardi type voice. Hey, you know, I like this hard, aggressive rapping. Kind of reminds me of like when Cardi B and, you know, Megan Thee Stallion were actually sounding like really fucking at their peaks, really fucking good. That same aggression, that same flow, you know, that same entertainment value when you're listening to the track. I think Coi Leray just highly delivers on that, in my opinion. I like all the different flow switches, and I'm kind of surprised that we get another verse from Coi Leray. And I think the second verse is even my favorite because it's better than the first one with the flow. I think the flow switches on the second verse are just absolutely insane. So overall, Coi Leray absolutely killed it. Now the one and only YoungBoy never broke again. He comes in here, and I wish, you know, sometimes YoungBoy never broke again can, you know, maybe overdo it on a feature. But this is one of those features where I kind of wish YoungBoy would have went a little bit longer, because the way he was going crazy on the flow switches, switching to that faster flow too, which was so fucking fire to listen to, in my opinion. I overall really did enjoy YoungBoy's verse. Might have been one of my favorite verses off this track. I wish it was a little bit longer because that's how fire it was. I do like, though, that, you know, YoungBoy kind of stays on the song on the hook, you know, delivering some ad-libs, which just kind of makes the track funny. That's kind of all it does, because YoungBoy's ad-libs are fucking hilarious on this goddamn song. So, entertainment value definitely up right there. But I do wish YoungBoy's verse was a little bit longer because it was that fucking good. So overall, when we talk about Coi Leray, NBA, YoungBoy Never Broke Again, this song, Better Than Yours, I had a really good time listening to the song. I really like the beat. The trap beat sounds really fucking fire, in my opinion. Coi Leray comes on here with a really good couple of good verses on here. The flows were absolutely really good. The hook, too, you know, can easily get stuck in your head. So overall, I had a really good time with this song. This song definitely was really good for the hype, because the build-up for this song was actually pretty good. And then the song comes out, and the song's actually pretty good. So overall, I will easily give this song an easy 7 out of 10. 7 out of 10, guys. What y'all think about it? Did you love it? Did you hate it? I don't know. Let me know. If you're on YouTube, Spotify, Pandora, wherever you get your podcast at, make sure you follow. Turn on notifications, guys. We're dropping new content every single day. Thank you so much for listening to this podcast episode, and we got a ton of more content coming. Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday night, Monday night, Tuesday night, Wednesday night will be all BTS. So get ready for that. We're going to be having a little bit of a BTS marathon. Anyways, guys, I'll see you later. You have a good one. Yeah, guys.